as we will be going into game 2. SOT1 Ice Pepeo, game up over Warwick Ducks. Can they lock out the series here, or will Warwick Ducks take us to a third game? Let's find out. As I see a fairly standard buyout. Nothing particularly interesting. 2 shed tangos in the pockets of Puck and Timbersaw. Oh, wait a second. They're running Timber mid. Huh. Okay, I don't like Timber mid. Like, this is me personally. I feel like your best ability is to do with trees. Look at all the trees there are in mid lane. We're going to see another standoff in the bot lane here with Chaos Knight backed up by a Kotl this time. There's only 2 members of Warwick down here. Oh, 3 members. Slilar's just chilling in the trees there, so much so I didn't actually... No, Kingfish is the one I can't see on the arrows. But it's a 3v2 currently. Can I zoom out far enough to see both teams? Just about. I'm going to switch to manual camera because the auto camera is having a bit of a go at it. So they're positioning around each other. Zoom in a bit on the other side of the map, we see, there we go. Timbersaw stepped a bit forwards. Might take a bit of right click here. Well, it looks like his presence alone is enough to scare Ice Pepe's enough that they might actually get a 1-for-1 in that lane. So we'll go to the other side of the map here, where it looks like Warwick successfully bullied off the runes. They're going to get 3 bounty runes in this early game to the 1 of Ice Pepe's. Good job by them. As now Silas found himself in the between 2. He's going to Nightmare and run uphill. The Light Strike away is going to hit, but oh, Kingfish takes the Nightmare. The damage is going to come through. The knockback is going to buy himself some time, and now they turn their attention to the Chaos Knight. The damage is going to come through. Light Strike away hits. They're going to maybe get a few more right clicks in, but he's going to be able to survive. So what's this mid lane going to be? Puck versus Timber. That doesn't... I mean, reactive armor means you're probably not dying in this lane, to be fair. So it might actually work out for the Timbersaw quite well. I just don't think it's his best lane. They have Alchemist go off lane. No, that's safe lane. That's how lanes work. They're just really oddly positioned because the MQ is all the way over here, taking so much right-click damage from this Rubik, actually. I guess you don't want to be in melee range from it too long because of the burst potential with the heal. Bane's going to now be the focus of this Rubik. The right-click is going to come down a lot. Might have to just force a Nightmare and run away here. Because he is winning this trade hand over fist right now. They're just going to drink through the tree line, try and conserve his mana. Nightmare, yeah, he's fine. And that's why you don't want to be in lane and against Anointing Knight as a melee. You just get heal burst. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map... Oh, wait, no, it was the Chaos Knight that died. Light Strike array into Slam. It's a lucky bash, I'm guessing, is what happened there. A decent chunk of gold lightens the pockets of this Slardar. Always nice to see. Is they're gonna just get some chip damage. I thought they might make a second attempt for it there, but with slightly off the pace, it didn't actually end up happening. I'm focusing top here because I think that's the most likely place of seeing action. Mid, it's a Timbersaw. He's not going to die, and I don't think he can get on top of a Puck enough to make anything happen there. There's I'm not just going to sit in the acid. He's going to be fine for now, as the Rubik is being run down by the Bane here. He can't catch up. He's just out. He's just delaying for something. Don't know what your delay intentions are with that, but... Timbersaw leading in CS right now. He's got 4 CS and 3 denies over the Puck. So he's doing well for himself in this lane. Don't know how well that's going to scale on, because obviously these right clicks do no damage. Once the Puck starts getting a few levels, especially in the silence, that's going to start going rapidly, even with the regen. Bane's found himself between 2, and is taking a fair amount of right click damage for it. Bot lane, someone got blinded. Oh, Lena's got stunned up well at position. The Chaos Knight is directly on top. Light Strike away is going to buy himself some time to run away. The Slam comes down as well. They now turn the attention onto the Chaos Knight himself. The right click's going to come down. They're going to try and trade right clicks on the way out. It looks like Chaos Knight is just forced into full retreat mode. The bash, though! The blinding light pulls Slider in it. He's going to get clicked down, but he's going to survive by the skin of his teeth, I think. dramatic engagement there from both teams. And in mid-game, mid lane even Timbersaw is at full health because reactive armor. Why am I getting notifications? I should have streamer mode enabled. Discord, please fix. Alright, they're going to try and make a dash. Play onto Chaos Knight, but he changes his mind. Oh, that Strike Array hits. No follow-up. Just a few right clicks from Lena. That's fine. Meanwhile, Rubik's actually looking pretty low. They'll throw... Oh, the heal from the Roam Knight onto the Rubik. Now Bane's forced into full retreat mode. Is the right click there. Rubik does have a windlace. He has the legs. He's going to turn the sap. No, not enough healing. And it takes him into the range of the Fade Bolt kills. This Bane not really doing too well. He spent a lot of early on just getting right clicked out by the Rubik and just dying there. And also, having chased the Rubik across the entirety of the jungle, Rubik has kind of dominated this lane, it has to be said. Dire leading, well, were leading CS, but Knight's just pulled up even with the, oh, the stun misses the Cottle. And they turn around. Oh, the slam onto the Chaos Knight. Oh, they commit dash. The light strike away just clips, but the blind's gonna... Oh, it's gonna force them forward though. Instant attack range of each other. Looks like both teams happy to disengage again. These go. What's happening here? This is a deep engage. Rubik. Oh, it's an invade for the bounty runes because they're paying attention to the clock. On the other side of the map, light strike away and misses the Chaos Knight. Chaos Spot's on cooldown. They had to bring up the puck to try and get on top of everyone. They'll be able to right click down some, but they need to pick a target and stick with it. They're going to eventually find the Lena. But that was really awkwardly fought there by Ice Puppy. Didn't look like they just didn't know who to attack there. They had two good options. They picked neither. Well, they do eventually secure themselves a kill. That's kind of an awkward time to pause if you're the Bane. You realise you have two people running at you door. So if you have a few pings up top. Alchemist doesn't have a point in his stun, so he has his acid spray is the only really offensive ability, and the ability obviously to run at people in the acid spray and right click them because it reduces armor. Bane has Nightmare, has Sap. Omni has a point in Degenerer, so if he does get on top of the Bane, it's probably going to result in a kill. Rubik has his telekinesis available. There's a question of, do you actually get the Bane? Does he run away again? Pot lane, Timbersaw. Mid lane even. He's doing okay. He's got himself some brown booties and a soul ring. He's building towards the mana boots. Puck has the bottle, has a null talisman. He's getting some boots. Chaos Knight. Going treads first, seems reasonable. This is not the time to be answering a door, it has to be said. At this point, I would just open the door, yell at the person in the doorway to go away, and close the door again. Then again, I'm kind of a rude son of a gun, so maybe that's not optimal. I'll say, I like this this Rubik skin. The Arcana. With the, what's this shoulder piece? The Crux of Perplex. Wait for stream to catch up. Don't do that. That's illegal.
Nailed it.
Oh, game's paused.
That hurt me a bit.
You might wish to retract your last move.
Are we good? The G's are coming out, so let's see if this Bane makes it out here with his life intact. The rundown comes in. The telekinesis lifts up right on top of the Omni-Knight. The slap's going to keep him alive momentarily. So will the Nightmare. It's going to get pulled onto the Rubik. And they're going to dive tower. But they think better of it. They take a fair amount of damage in return though. That acid spray is doing a decent chunk of Omni-Knight's health. Just by him being in magic and vulnerability, it doesn't go through. I don't know how that works. As now we're back to the old slap trade.
Beautiful.
Meanwhile, they've brought the Cottle in to try and deal with his Timber Saw. He has 18 bonus armor right now, so right clicks do literally no damage. He's going to try and run down the Cottle. I don't think he gets this kill with this much mana, and he's already popped his Soul Ring, so I think he's just going to just CS. Yeah. Cottle can't contend with him either. But this Timber Saw is actually doing a remarkable amount of work just by existing. Of course, now he has 6, so he does actually have the Chakram, which is a reasonable damage ability to have. Yeah, he gets on top of the Cottle, and with the tree line actually there, the Whirling Blade does so much damage. So Puck forced to effectively proxy the wave because his ain't coming to him. Anything interesting happening over here? Not particularly at this point, surprisingly. Considering how gung-ho they've been usually. They do have, that's a Timber Saw coming up for this gank attempt though. He's got no mana, so he's going to go back to... No, the ping's coming out, they want this Rubik. They are going to trade right clicks for a bit. The Chakram comes out and is really good. It's going to hold him in place for so long. He does get healed by the Omni-Knight though. The Timber Chain comes through. The TP attempts is going to work out for him. As now they turn their attention to the Omni-Knight, but they can't quite get the first Chakram to slow him down in place. While this is happening, well, they have 4 people up here. They could probably take this, put some damage onto this T-Wall. Meanwhile, Puck is attempting to do the same in mid. Bottom lane, Sada is just trying to get some CS into a 2-man lane. It's not the ideal position to find yourself in, but he's going to try and make a dive here. He's going to get knocked forwards. The blind is going to force him to change his mind. Evelina with a double damage rune roaming. It's going to get double damage invisibility and a point in a fight. That's a lot of potential damage if the stun hits, which... Well, there were a few whiffed stuns last game, shall we say. They get the pull into the Slaughter. They realise the Lina isn't here. The Slam is going to buy himself time. They also bring the Puck down and commit Dream Coil for this kill. They really want this to dead Slaughter, and so they want it, and so it shall be. The kill eventually going in the way of Chaos Knight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With a little tip on the side. Oh boy, here we go. We're a professional Dota game now, boys. Bane sort of left alone to try and deal with this Omni-Knight as best he can, but I think he's just going to get run down, or he's threatened to do so. Has the phase boot, so the running down can happen. The interesting time to taunt. Oh, probably the best time to taunt, actually. Some quality BM coming out here from the Ice Pepes. As, it looks like, oh, they found themselves a Chaos Knight is very low, got the armor reduction on top of him. You have to believe that's set up from a... oh, a Light Strike career like that one is there. Not turn attention to the Keeper of the Light. He's going to get hit by the Dragon Slave. The armor reduction is going to come down. The blind's going to keep him alive momentarily. The salve isn't cancelled. He's actually going to make it to the shrine in one piece. Do they get anything from here? They're going to start bringing people down. They're going to start with the Rubik. He's going to telekinesis. The Light Strike array hits 2, and they're going to keep engaging. On top of this Cottle, he doesn't have another blind to save himself with. Now this Rubik. I thought they were going to bring down a second person to try and win that fight, but no, just the Rubik. I was hoping that would show the kill on the Chaos Knight as well. Omni-Knight is going to... I say caught out by this Alchemist. There's not exactly a lot he can do with no point in stun. Eventually the proxying from this Timber Saw has got himself the T1 tower. It's like... I guess with the Timber Saw, like, if you can't deal with him in lane, he's just got so much armor that he just gets to freeform wherever he so desires, so... It does actually work out being in the mid lane. I just feel like he's better positioned off the lane no matter what. But... I'm a caster, not a player. Looks like they're going to have a group up in the jungle. Oh, it's a 3-man smoke attempt here from Ice Pepes. These haven't been successful for them in the past. They've usually been out macroed at this point in time, and I feel like they might actually had vision of that one. Yeah, it looked like they were under a dire ward, so Warwick... Oh, but the Alchemist is just hovering too long in his jungle. He's going to pop the ult. He's going to live for now. They're going to start putting TPs in. They get the Fiend's Rip onto this Omni Knight, and they're going to turn their attention to him, and it looks like everyone else on Ice Peppers are going to get away, but they give up the one kill and hurry invade. And a bit of a return tip there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is that now? Oh, yeah, the siege
Dire's
units
top tower is under attack.
from Warwick. There's a decent amount of damage to that tower. They got the Timbersaw dealing with Rubik. Is it all the Slaughter? Is there as well? They get the vision and the armor reduction. Throw him back, stun up the Slaughter. The Timber Chain misses. Looks like the Rubik's get in one piece.
Dire's
TP from the armor as well. No, the Timber Chain comes forward. The Timbersaw really wants this. He's the early game powerhouse, and boy god, he wants to prove it. The stun hits onto the Rubik. The chain comes through as well. Does he have a chakram? He does. This is almost certainly going to... No, the heal from the Iron Knight. They do have... Oh, the bash. And we'll be finished off with the Laguna Blade from the Lina. On the other side of the map, they have put so much damage into this Kotl. The Nightmare is going to get transferred onto him, though. So he's going to... Yeah, the Cotl's going to get away in one piece. The Chaos Knight also looking to run away from this fight. Rather unfortunate that the Nightmare was on top of the hero that you really just wanted to get that final right click on. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map again, Slaughter's already lost his friend Lina to the Puck, and this Puck wants to keep going. The Degenerate is going to not be a factor because Slaughter's just got the sprint. Oh, they committed drink oil for that. Okay, they really wanted a dead Lina.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, I guess at the 6-second cooldown you can just pop it. So, Puck wants to get this mid tower, but I feel like it's going to have the wave cleared enough that it's not going to splash too badly. Actually, it was low enough that it's going to be a deny fight, and it's going to be won by the Lina.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Still, map advantage gained. At least a little bit of map advantage. Obviously, to really slow down this Alchemist, you need to deal with the jungle, and that is well warded by Warwick. So they take the T1 top, they should be able to get some decent pressure onto him. He's just sat in the jungle farming right now. He has his Sacred Relic towards this Radiance. Bot lane, Slaughter and Omni Knight trading this time. As Chaos Knight has again retreated into the jungle. It looks like again, both teams happy to just farm the jungle, but this time the Timbersaw is going to force the issues globally, I feel. At least until people get to the point where they can actually deal with a 18 armor hero. This tower is going to get fortified, but I don't think they can do too much. So while it's happening, of course, Ice Peppers go for a smoke gank, and it looks like someone might actually get caught out by this one. Alchemist is a bit far forward, and he's got no support. They'll commit the Will-O-Wisp to this as well. The Chain Stun should follow up. The TP's going to come out. It's not going to save the Alchemist. He's a foregone conclusion. Does this Bane actually commit to this TP? Well, the first one was cancelled, so they figured the second one would be as well, but you never know. So now with this pick, they're going to transition this straight into an objective. Timbersaw has taken the T1 bot top, so Ice Peppers group up, they're going to take the T1 bot, and at a pretty decent pace as well. Members of Warwick are stepping forwards, at least to try and slow this down. I think they can stop this attempt. They might be trying to dissuade them from going further, or try and go for an engagement, but the Timber Chain misses, so I don't think they can really get anything. No, they're just going to keep going. Melrose has no fear. He's on top of the Chaos Knight. The stuns and throwbacks should keep them out. The fight, the silence is going to hit him, but not before the Timber Chain comes out. Now this fight is really spread out across the map. It looks like everyone's... No, Puck's not out of there. Puck's in the middle of 3. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's in trouble. He's dead. Well, he has a Blink Dagger, it's on cooldown. Why is he there? How is he there? That's so strange. So, on the retreat, they do give it the Puck, but they get the tower for it, so probably in favour of Ice Peppers. I might just be overrating towers. They'd also get off the back of killing the Alchemist, so in the global sense it was definitely worth, because if you kill the Alchemist and get a tower, that's definitely a win. But Now, see, Chaos Knight is back in the jungle. So they might have vision of this. They don't, but I think they know it's there. He might have stepped into vision momentarily. They step forwards through the tree line. The pings come out, the first of them connects, Light Strike away is gonna get cancelled by the illusions from the Chaos Knight. Everyone else steps forward, Guardian Angel committed. As now, Warwick are looking extremely low, they give up the slot, they give the Lena. They do finally get the Chaos Knight through every defensive ability they have, but now the Bane's looking in trouble, and the Warwick has Timber Chain, so that's always fun. And also this Timbersaw Silence, so he can't escape. He's finally falls off, so he's gonna kill the Rubik though. And I'm like, doesn't really want to man fight here. Really weird fight. I thought that Warwick were going to get a lot less for that, because they got 2 kills for 3. I thought they were in real danger, as the regen room from... The man has so much regen, guys! A slight gold advantage to Ice Pepe, but in that kind of a fight, it's nothing really to write home about. Those aren't big fights. You're looking at 1k, maybe 2k swings, and that's just sort of chump change, especially considering the 8k advantage in favour of... Okay, it's heavily inflated by Grievel's Greed being such a good ability, but how is 8k in favour of Warwick? Two out of towers and really a lot of CS.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Even with the fact that they've killed him once and forced him out of jungle once as well. They've got so much. Okay, here's the 4-man gank attempt, smoke gank attempt from Warwick, who are going to run into the 3 of Ice Pepes. The stun's going to find the puck. He's able to phase shift out. He's going to be fine, but it looks like Warwick are going to turn their attention now to this Omni Knight. The Dream Coil's going to be 2, and the Will of Wisp is there as well. They're now fighting under this. They don't really want to be here. It looks like they're going to have to give up the Slaughter first of anything. No, they get the puck! The damage blow up is there. The Slaughter does finally fall, but it looks like House Knight's forced into retreat mode. The rest of the team. Omni Knight's on top of 2 now as Chaos Knight just gets dived by the Timbersaw, and he can't do anything about it. The buyback from the puck as they try and make something happen. Timbersaw is afraid of no one. Puck's now trying to chase down this Lena. But I feel like it has to give it up and try and kill this, stop this Timbersaw from just getting away with everything. The heal damage misses, the Timber Chain pulls him away, the damage is there. He has another Timber Chain available to him, but he said being in the tree line, so he's not going to have a free escape. The blink goes too far, they don't have vision of him yet. He's now through the tree line, they see exactly where it is. Bane is forward to protect his teammate, but he gets blown up before the Timber Chain connects. And now Bane is in full retreat mode, he's got TP. Oh, but he gets cancelled, the lift, the throwdown, the Nightmare as well, why not? Fully charge everything, you're dead. Well, at the end of that fight, they threw about 1,000 golds into the pockets of Ice Pepes, but that was just... The Timbersaw just doesn't die, and it does so much damage. Like, you saw the damage blow up he had on the Chaos Knight, and that's the person you're expecting to win the game for you. And obviously, while that fight was happening, Alchemist, that's the Alchemist cam for the 5 seconds. Cole's just going to shove out mid lane. They have Lena stacking some camps for the Alch just so he can accelerate his farm even further. He's so far ahead in this game, 8,000 net worth advantage. Obviously, it's an Alchemist, this is what you expect, but the numbers just seem ridiculous. Even with that sort of strange fight they took, they're still 10k net worth ahead. I don't think they were actually behind at any point in this game. Theoretically, it's an Alchemist, it's an inflated value, but... We'll see with the fight potential this Timbersaw has the smoke gank though. They really want to try and shut down this Alchemist, but I feel like they have a read on the smoke gank. Yeah, he's not even there, he's here. By the time the smoke gank happens, the Alchemist is in the other jungle, and, well, Warwick might be looking to make a cheeky invade of their own. They don't have a smoke up or anything, but they just posturing like something is going to happen. Meanwhile, Ice Puppy is just grouped up in the jungle. Ducks, I just have to play the side of the map that Southampton aren't on, is the best way I can describe what's happening right now. They know they have the Alchemist, he can be built towards being that massive 6-slotted, 7-slotted threat. And what happens then, they can start towards taking more engages, but right now they're quite happy to just fade smoke ganks entirely. They look towards bot tier 2. Try to make something happen, the illusions. They're just being sent around to try and get some vision for the ducks. Lena in the tree line might actually find themselves the puck here. Oh, good dodge on the stun there, as now it looks like we're going to see a mass TP in from Southampton. The Omnight gets turned on immediately. The Laguna Blade is enough to bring him low. They should find this kill eventually. He's going to pop the Shrine though before he goes out, and Guardian Angel as well. Meanwhile, hey, Alchemist is a lot of damage. He does actually get the solo kill onto the Costle. Other side of the map, Warwick is trying to solo push top lane. That's not going to erase the entirety of a fully functioning Warwick team now. They're looking towards tier 3 and potentially a set of racks at 21 minutes. This is looking extremely good from this point in the game. It's an AC Radiance Alchemist. This tower just dies. The pings are coming out. This Warwick is still here. He can't be here. He needs to be defending the base. It's a, well, I guess even if he was down there, could they fight the 5-man group of Warwick? I feel like he needs TP when his team respawns, which is about now, I would say. He starts to TP back now and his team's ready to take a fight. But they give up the racks. Oh, they get the Dream Coil onto the Alchemist. The ult is forced immediately. The will is still in place momentarily as they get the Chaos Knight off of him. But it's a damage is so much. The Chaos Knight is already dead. He's going to have the buyback available to him and he's close to the base, so he's going to keep fighting them. Going to turn their attention to directly top of the Storm Knight. Meanwhile, Puck's then in the Beam's grip. They're trying to kill anyone, but they're just so tanky. They give up 3 and a buyback on the Chaos Knight. And I feel like they can just run it down. Yeah, they realise they're going to ping out the mid T2. They're going to send Alchemist back just to make sure they don't take any damage on their own T3. I mean, that is a tenth of their advantage that they gained in that one fight. That's how ahead they are. They are just running away with this game at this point. I thought the gold advantage was heavily inflated. No, it turns out an Alchemist with a Radiance and AC can just slap you down. It's absolutely ridiculous. This camera's fighting me. There we go. They're picking out the Roche Pit. They realise, okay, maybe we were pushing ourselves a little too far. Let's just get as much of an advantage as we can get here. Alchemist is just going to run over here, buy up his... what is that looking like? That's going to be a Manta when he finishes it. He didn't pick up the ultimate orb. There we go. They're going to start Roshan. I don't think that Southampton are in any position to really contest this. The Ice Peppies are just forced back. The scans would come out. Don't realise it's happening. Do they have a smoke or anything? Try and run it down? No. Alchemist kill. Oh, Alchemist with a double damage rune is now running towards your base. And also your Clockler is at half health and is being rapidly struck down by the rest of the Warwick team. Where do they go with this? I think mid might be the play. No, they're going to take a shrine.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
They have some presence in mid. They're going to back away to the jungle? I thought they can just... Oh, okay. The line has been drawn in top. So they're going to rotate down for that. I feel like they just have a few members that need a bit of healing. So they're going to get the Shrine Valley first. The DD is going to wear off for this Alchemist, but he's still extremely threatening. He has a completed Manta and the Radiant... the Aegis, excuse me, and a Black King Bar as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And this creep wave is not long for this world, let me tell you. Neither is this tower particularly, unless some rotations can come up from Southampton and also be effective. Are Ice Peppies going to play the high ground? They're going to play the high ground. Oh, the Alchemist just wants to fight. He does not care. The knockback is not going to save the Omnight from getting stunned up. As that's going to be a chakram from on the Warwick. They'll pull the Timbersaw, but he's not really ideal targets. They clear out the creep wave for now, but this Alchemist is still slapping down your tower. They'll send forth the Omni Knight, they'll commit this Chaos Knight ult. They do actually get a decent chunk of damage off this Lina, who might actually just be dead here. The Lina dies for being way too far forward. They get the Dream Coil onto 2, but they can't quite find the puck. Oh, the Willspit's committed as his Guardian Angel. They will not be able to click down this Bane before anything else happens. They can't kill the Alchemist, but they can kill the rest of the team. They can't kill a Tim. No, they can blink for the Timbersaw, who I believe tried to TP out, but unfortunately that got cancelled. He almost gets the Chaos Knight on the way out, to be fair to him. Omelette Toggle is going to keep the team alive, but that's actually a 1 high ground defense for the Ice Peppies. And that's a lot of gold the Lina bought back for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. There's no TP to be gained from that. So I'm not going to clear out the bot lane. So they got a successful high ground defense. It was kind of messy because the Lina got caught out all the way over here, and then they got the Dream Coil into 2, and then they realised, okay, we can't kill the Alchemist, can we kill his team? They can.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
So now that Ice Peppers have found a win con in these fights, the question is, can they consistently perform it? And that they get the catch onto people who aren't the Alchemist. Because you aren't killing this Alchemist at this point, especially with the Aegis as well. I don't think they have enough damage at all to kill an Alchemist twice before he just 1v5s their entire team. I might be being a little overdramatic, but I do feel like it could have a chance. And there's going to be a smoke from Warwick. They're going to run up mid. They're going to get it spotted. Oh, the Chaos Knight's broken the smoke on Sylar. He runs away. And again, another smoke gank attempt, another smoke gank fail. It feels like that's the story of these. Oh, they got the one smoke gank on the Alchemist, I guess. But is that considering the effect it's had on the game? Don't know if I should count it or not. They're sending down the lane, the Slara to mid lane, so it's going to be 5v5 in the mid lane. It looks like Warwick just want objective at this point, and they realise we can at least attempt to force it, or at least force a mistake. They don't have to dive onto this high ground immediately. How much time do they put into this? Yeah, they can just slap down the T2, T3 if they get the creep wave down somewhere. Top lane's been pushed in quite heavily into the side of Warwick though, so it's going to be a while for that to get there. It looks like Timbersaw is going to get stunned up by the Rubik. They'll lift him forward and try and throw him into the team. Meanwhile, Alchemist is on top of the T3 on his own. He's going to pop the Manta and just chop this tower down. He realises he can't stay forward too far, but they've got the stun to the Omni-Knight, and now everyone collapses on top of him. The Drink Hole hits too, but that's not going to be enough. The Guardian Angel, however, will be. So that's the question of, do they get the return kill quickly enough? The Chaos Knight is looking very low, but so is the Bane. And I feel like it's the main two to focus on. Meanwhile, Fiend's Grip has been stolen by the Rubik. The Bane's dead, the Chaos Knight is dead. The Bane has brought back, however. Omni-Knight's able to escape by the skin of his teeth. There's a lot of low members of Warwick, but they are just able to keep the Alchemist alive. He's the frontliner. He's going to click down this tower before you can really regroup on the side of Ice Pepes. And now it's a hard slap to the racks. The Aegis has expired, so that's going to be a full heal and a dead Omni-Knight. Warwick are looking to secure the second set of racks, and I don't think there's much Warwick, Ice Pepes excusably can do about it. Omni-Knight's going to run forwards. They need to do something here, otherwise just giving up free objectives. Like Striker Ray misses, but the stun from the Alchemist won't. They turn their attention to the last set of racks. They have to do something here. Chaos Knight's back in 3, and they found themselves a Lina with nothing else. Slide's looking very low. Timbersaw, I mean, he's brought back actually. He might actually get away with this. He's stunned up, but no, the damage from Alchemist is too much. They get the puck. They get the... that's a dieback actually from the Omni-Knight. And this Timbersaw is still not dead. They can't kill anyone. That is still alive. Okay, they get the Chaos Knight again. Rubik finally gets on top of the Timbersaw, but it's going to cost his life eventually. If someone could bother to right click on that, is they're too busy clicking the buildings. It's mega creeps in favour of Warwick Ducks, and they GG out. Ice Pepe's side, no, we've had enough. We can't win this game through mega creeps at 30 minutes. And it just felt like an absolute collapse for Southampton Ice Pepes. Like, in that last game, well, in game 1, excuse me, they had like the even early game where they were able to, you know, trade smoke ganks, trade objectives, and eventually one team throwing together a couple fights. They won the game. That was a game of Dota. This game that happened for less time, and at the point where the Alchemist left the jungle and said, okay, I'm going to fight you now, you can sort of see where it started happening, and it just sort of snowballed rapidly out of control. The goal line is always going to be in favour of Warwick, at least in the early mid games, like here. But when he actually started joining the fights and started just pulling further and further ahead, like, I think this is the main spike where they won the fight and then they tried to force high ground and lost for it. They even shipped the net worth overall, I have to say. And then Warwick went, okay, you can't do it twice. We're not going to let you do it twice. We're going to shut the game out.